What's up, everyone? It's day 57 of 75 Hard. I just finished my second workout of the day. I did my 45-minute outdoor workout, which consisted of a 40-pound ruck. I did that the entire time. I walked up and down my road. I went a little over 2.25 miles. Just actually made a video on my front porch swing, but it's kind of windy out there, so it was no good. I watched a little bit of it, and it's just too windy in the audio. So inside my house I came. I'm gonna remake this video. Today it was scheduled to rain at about 3, so I decided that's when I would go outside and do my workout. It wasn't raining when I started, but immediately after I started walking down the street, it did start sprinkling, but it never came down more than just a sprinkle. So didn't get too wet. It felt good, actually. It cooled things off a little bit. There was a nice breeze going on. Like I said, it was too windy. The video that I just made on my front porch swing, so doing it again this morning. I woke up feeling better than I had the last couple of days, not as tired feeling, not as drained, not sore. And then I did my hour on the tread climber. After that, I got ready, took a shower and everything, drank a protein shake. Then I went to the local gym and I did 45 minutes on the elliptical. And then I did a shoulder and arm workout. Then after that, I didn't really have a lot going on today, so I needed to go pay my water bill. Went and paid that, which is real close by, just drop off the money. And then pretty much just sat around, got ready for my outdoor session, got that over with. Right now it's only 4 p.m., so I already drank my gallon of water. I've been following the diet, no problems. Feeling good otherwise, good energy. I still need to read and take a picture. So that's one of the things you have to make sure you don't overlook, even if they're both simple. One's more easy than the other, obviously, taking a picture. But it's easy to just put it off, and that's how it relates. That's that idea of having to do that relates to the other things in your life. Whenever you keep putting off doing them, and then you forget about them, well, you can't forget about these tests because they're so important that if you forget about them, you're starting over. And I'm on 57. I'm taking that picture, and I'm making sure I read, no matter what. And you can use your alarms. You can have your spouse take the picture and set alarms right before you all go to bed. You can figure it out yourself, whatever it's going to work the best. But it's very crucial because it may sound irrelevant. Oh, I got to take a picture, but that's just the way it is. And it's comparative to the things that are in your life that are just so minor in your head, and you just think that they don't matter that much, and then you just forget about them. You keep putting them off, and they never get done. And then you don't get to where you want to be in life because it's just a ripple effect. You start doing that with all kinds of things that are even bigger things to not do them, to not want to do those for. So feeling good otherwise. Don't have anything else really going on today. Tomorrow Mackenzie has her last volleyball game at about an hour and a half away, so I'll be going to that. But mostly today, I can do some stuff around my house that I've been neglecting. I have been putting off cleaning my garage, and so I might start on that, but we'll see. Sometimes a lot of these times when I'm at home after I just work a job and I'm working 12 hours every day, sometimes I just like to lay around and do nothing, but that's the kind of life that I'm trying to avoid falling back on and start doing things that are going to progress me more. Like I get comfortable because I'm doing okay, because I just got off a job and everything's good, and I get comfortable and don't feel like moving steps ahead. So it's most of the time I don't know what to do. I don't have anything planned, so needing to find other ways to maybe make money other than working in the oil field, doing things that I can do on my time off or even while I'm at the oil field. That's the main goal. And if that can turn into some type of coaching from this and helping people out and teaching you to overcome things and how I did, and then just consistently evolving and helping other people with all different things, that would be the main goal. So I'm just going to work towards that, but also I'm not going to quit my day job. You know what the saying, it's usually not days, so I'm usually working nights, but you know what I mean. Today I want to talk about something that I kind of talked about the other day. I ran into somebody again today at the gym. This is a man I've known for probably almost 30 years. He was actually my Little League baseball coach when I was probably 9 or 10. So he's a local real estate guy, realtor. That's what I was thinking of. Small town, everybody pretty much knows each other. It's one of those kind of small towns, but he's been doing that for 30 or 40 years here. He's I believe he said he's like 62 right now, because this is one of the excuses he gave for what I'm about to talk about, was he wasn't 65 yet to have Medicare. So the story goes, about 3 or 4 years ago, I talked to him at the gym. I would always see him at the gym every so often. A lot of times I'm out of town at work, and then I'll see him, and then it's months and months go by. Well, this one occasion he was talking about how his shoulder hurt, and he was talking about how his grandkid jumped in the pool and was about to dive into the wall. So he stopped the kid with his arm, and when that happened, it popped back here and had all this pain. I was like, well, it sounds like you tore your tricep. And he even like lifted his arm like this, and it was just like that. Like there was nothing here. It was like flat and then ball, and it was just wobbly and jiggling like that. And like I said, it was a few years ago. So I said, and this guy's already had both hips, both knees, and his shoulder and bicep and tricep on the other arm fixed. So it's pretty much the last part of his body that hasn't been touched. And so he's already had all these surgeries and all these doctors. He went to the doctor in Carrollton and around Dallas. It's the Dallas Cowboys doctor. Got it all done. Everything's good. He still goes to the gym, works out, still squats, still does things the way that he can. But for the last few years, he would just be doing things that only the movements he could. He would say he could curl with that arm, but he just couldn't press with that arm. And I said, yes, that's because sounds like you tore your tricep. And your bicep and your front shoulder are what's helping you curl. So it makes just complete sense. And then it's balled up. Like I said, it's tore off. It's not something that's going to heal itself. Obviously, years go by and it still hurts like that. That means you pretty much tore it all the way off. If there was like some of it still connected, that might have been a different story. You could strengthen up what's left, and it may survive, but it probably still wouldn't. But the only way to fix those kind of things when it's a major tear like that is to have it reattached with surgery. So still talking about the pain today. I said, how are you doing? Oh, my shoulder. And he started telling the story again. And he's like, I think I already told you about it. I was like, yeah, we decided it was your tricep. And so the point of the story is so many of us will go through life thinking that we're fine, or putting off these injuries and these pains. And I get it. We have so many other things going on. We don't need a doctor's appointment or a surgery to put us out when we have so much going on. It's different, I guess, if you have a laborious job compared to if you have an office job. But nobody wants to really go through that kind of stuff. We have such a burden as men, and I'm not saying women don't, and some women have to take the whole role of everything. But as a general statement, we just have so much going on. We have a huge, pile on our plate. We have to take care of everything at work. If we have a physically labor job, to take care of everything around the house, labor-wise. Friends need help labor, parents need help labor. We're just stretched thin a lot of the time. Like I said, this has nothing to do with women, and if you're a woman, you do everything, that's awesome. So this can include you. And you probably have the same feelings where you put that off because you don't have time for it. But it's not something that you need to put off anymore. You have to take care of your wellness and your well-being. So many people go around thinking that they feel fine, and they're 350 pounds, and they haven't worked out in 20 years. And they think they just feel fine because they've adjusted the way that they think how they feel to thinking that they feel fine. And that's just not the case. You see it all the time. These people that do these transformations, the number one thing they say is that they regret not starting sooner and how they feel like they're 20 again. And this can happen from just getting back into shape, eating correctly, and if you're a man, getting on some testosterone. Correct everything. You see these testimonials all over the place. And it's always from correcting the lifestyle and dealing with fixing the issues that are what you've been putting off. So the same way this program gets you to stop putting off things that you quit or that you keep putting off doing. You need to forge yourself into the person that takes care of the things that are affecting your body the most. That's the most important thing to yourself. Yeah, you think your family is the most important thing to you, but your family can't do anything with you if you're not, your complete self. If you aren't around anymore, if you have this pain in your liver for so long, and then you go and get it checked out, and you got the C word in your liver, or you got stage 4 this or stage 4 that. So keep that in mind. Just be mindful of how you feel, and know that if anything feels off, or if you think you have a problem with something, get it checked out. There's no point in waiting. You can get blood work and see what your different levels are all looking like, and then go from there. That's essentially like a blueprint for somebody to see what's not operating correctly in your body. Your liver, your kidneys, your testosterone, all these different functions of your body can be seen on blood work, or you can get a full body like CAT scan. There's these different things. I went to a clinic in Oklahoma City. It was called Advanced Body Scan. They had some kind of multi-million-dollar machine. It was similar to like an MRI machine, where it was just like a donut, and it had you on a table that slid you in, and then it slid you out, and it could detect the C word in your body the size of the grain of sand. So that small of a speck of canker could be detected, but it also could detect literally anything else. They said I had like a little cyst on my kidney, and I pretty much boiled that to probably drinking so many diet sodas my whole life. I got this scan done like 2 years ago, but it can check your heart function, your calcium score, and it can tell you where the blockages are, because there's 4 sections of where it can be, and the score can be broken down into where it's clogged the most. My score said 0, like a baby gets a 0 score. Normally as an adult, you get like a 10, and 400's the most, so you don't want to be at 400. But mine said 0, so that was amazing. And that was whenever I was 34, I guess. So anyways, I've been trying to take care of my health my entire life. And the same way I take care of my health, I take care of my daughter's health. So if I'm ordering some type of health supplements, I'm also considering what she could use. Like, for example, I got myself sea moss extract pills, and I got her sea moss gummies. I got myself Shilajit resin. I got her Shilajit gummies. I got colostrum. She got colostrum. Now, if I get her protein powders or protein shakes to use, or different things, try to keep her operating correctly so she doesn't have any kind of like skin problems, which come from a lot of poor diets and not having the right vitamins and minerals in their diets. These kids are all having acne and stuff and going through puberty. I try to just do what I can, because I'm always on alert, trying to just keep that in mind all the time. How can I help? How can I help? How can I help? I'm that dad. More than just let's hang out and go eat and whatever, go on a trip. I want you to be healthy and feeling good. So basically, that's the point of my message. We need to be healthy, and we need to feel good and live as long as we can. And you can't do that if you keep putting off doing things that, or put off checking yourself out and getting checked, figure out what's going on with your body. So, like I said, we only get one life, and it's short. So you got to take care of yourself. So it's not, so you're not just a burden on your family. Imagine if you just get to where you can't even take care of yourself, and you're just laid up in bed all the time, and you have to have somebody taking care of you. More than likely, that's going to be your spouse or somebody, or one of your kids. You don't want to make them go through that. I'm sure, yeah, they would do it for you, but you don't need to get to that point when you could just start correcting it now. You know what I mean? And the best way I can say to do that, if you're lost and you don't know how to start something, and you don't know what to do, go listen to episode 208 on the Real AF feed on any platform. You can learn all about the Live Hard and the 75 Hard program. Then you can just pick a diet, pick a book, and commit to it, and start tomorrow. Change your life and make yourself a role model to everybody around you. Be the leader that you want everyone to look at you like that you see other people looked at like. You want to be respected. And like I've said multiple times, my greatest fear would have been and is having my daughter look up to some other man as a role model that's somebody other than me. I became the man that I needed when I was her age and gave myself to her so that she didn't ever have to question anything about my love or whether I was going to be there or if I can provide or any of the things that, kids have fears of when they're growing up. You need to be like that for your kids, and you need to be like that to your spouse and the people in your life. So starting that program will get you well on your way to becoming that kind of person and completely change the way you look. In 75 days, you can easily lose 50 pounds, and some people can lose even more. And that's not drastic. That's just how it works. You stop the drinks, you stop the cheat foods, you stop all the bad stuff. You start working out twice a day for 45 minutes and actually putting intent into it. That's the whole thing. You gotta have intent. Be intentional. You see yourself how you want to look, and you imagine that person every day while you're making yourself do these things. Use that as a grudge on your shoulder. All the times people called you names, whatever, about the way you look, all the times yourself, that voice in your head called you those names, use that against it. Use that as fuel for yourself and get started. There's nothing to wait around for. There's not going to be a perfect day, and it's going to come time to where it's too late and you get this negative diagnosis or this bad injury, or there's a list of things that could happen, and that would be your last chance. So don't wait around till it's your last chance. Save yourself now. So that's all I got for today. I'll be back tomorrow for day 58. Peace.